Hello everyone, this is Katie here. Today in this video, I am going to explain you the English poem The Wind and the Leaves by George Cooper. In this video, I am going to explain the poem The Wind and the Leaves and make you understand what the poem is about. So keep on watching my video from beginning till end. Happy digital learning. Have a good day. So first of all, I am going to read out the poem for you. And after that, I am going to explain this poem for you. First of all, I want to give you some introduction about the poem. This is a lovely poem about nature. Every one of us loves nature. Plants, the blowing wind, the cold breeze, the birds flying, the leaves, the flowers, everything we like. So it means that everyone loves nature. So this poem also, The Wind and the Leaves by George Cooper, is a lovely poem about nature, about the beauty of nature, about the plants, flowers and the greenery around us. The poem The Wind and the Leaves is a lyrical poem, and it is a bond between a nature and this world. It is a natural interplay between the leaves and the wind. In the poem, the poet strongly advocates and says the strict natural rule to which everything is confined. The poem has AABB rhyming scheme. The tone of the poem is happy. It means it is a joyful poem. There is no sad things in it. The wind asks the leaves to come over the meadows. You know meadows mean this greenery, a small area of garden. The wind asks the leaves to come over the meadow to play and have fun. The wind also tells the leaves that summer has gone, autumn and started, and winter is about to start. And how the leaves hear the wind's calls and begin to come down to the brown field, and how it reacts, we are going to see in this poem. So pay attention and watch this video from the beginning to end, and watch it attentively so that you can better and properly understand. So now, first of all, I am going to read out the poem for you. So pay attention and listen the poem first, and then I am going to explain everything about the poem. So I am going to read out the poem for you as it is in your textbook. I am going to read out the poem for you. Pay attention. The poem is of 3 stanzas. First, I am going to read out the whole poem, all 3 stanzas, and then I am going to explain. So I am going to read out the poem for you as it is in your textbook. Listen properly and enjoy. Here I read The Wind and the Leaves by George Cooper. Come, little leaves, said the wind one day, come over the meadows with me and play. Put on your dresses of red and gold, for summer is gone and the days grow cold. Soon as the leaves heard the wind's loud call, down they came fluttering, one and all. O'er the brown field then they danced and flew, singing the soft little songs they knew. Dancing and whirling, the little leaves went. Winter had called them, and they were content. Soon fast asleep on their earthy beds, the snow laid a coverlet over their heads. By George Cooper. So this was the whole complete poem of The Wind and the Leaves, which is in your textbook. I have read out for you. And now I am going to explain this poem for you. This is a lovely poem which is taught in every English medium school, whether it is a primary level or secondary level. This poem by George Cooper, The Wind and the Leaves, are taught in every standard. So, I am going to explain this poem for you. Understand it, watch the video properly, and listen attentively what I explain and say. Now I am going to tell you about the poet George Cooper, who have written this fantastic and lovely poem. George Cooper, who lived between 1840 to 1927. George Cooper, who lived between 1840 to 1927, was an American poet. He is best remembered for song lyrics. That's when he used to write song lyrics, in which he is very famous. He translated the lyrics. Lyrics mean the song which we write. By reading that, when we murmur the song, when we sing the song, that script, that written part is called the lyrics. So George Cooper has translated the lyrics of different languages into English. That means he was multi-genius. He was a good translator. He had also translated the lyrics of different languages in English. That means he has great contribution in field of literature. He also wrote songs for various famous composers. You can understand how famous he was because he used to write songs for famous composers in his time. Since his childhood, he loved to write about nature. That's mean George Cooper was a great lover of nature and he liked writing about nature. So since his childhood, he loved to write about nature. Before he was 16 years old, he had begun to write for several magazines. That's mean at a very young age of 16 years only, he started writing for several magazines. That's mean he was so talented and he liked writing so much that he started writing for several magazines when he was only 16 years old. His poems for children were published in a collection called School and Home Melodies. That means whatever songs or poems he has written for children had been published in a collection which is called School and Home Melodies. And his hymns, that means his chantings, were published in a collection which was entitled The Chaplet. He has composed the chaplet also. Nowadays people have no time to write anything about him or herself only. Nowadays people have become so busy with their everyday livelihood that they have no time to write something. In the olden times or in previous times, you will find that there were great poets and writers. You know why? Because people at that time have empty time, free time. They were busy but not so much as comparing today. But now, no great writer and author is coming up. At least like George Cooper. So I have explained you and told you about the writing habit and the life of George Cooper. Now I am going to explain you the poem in several ways. First of all, I will explain you about the poem. What is the poem about? Pay attention. Listen carefully. I am explaining the poem. The poem The Wind and the Leaves by George Cooper is a lyric and melodious poem. That means it is a lyrical and melodious poem. Melodious means when you sing in a very lovely way, singing joyfully. At that time it is not less than a melody. The singing rhythm is called a melody. And because this poem is portrayed like a nature and it is about nature, and we feel very joyful in reading out and murmuring the poem, so it is a melodious poem. Literally, it is about a natural interplay between the autumn leaves and the wind. You know what happens in autumn? During autumn, the trees shed all the leaves, and by the time the spring comes, new leaves grow on them. So in this poem, the autumn leaves is shedding, coming down, and the wind is calling and saying something to them. So it is an interplay, it is a relationship. The chemistry between the autumn leaves and the wind has been portrayed in this poem by George Cooper. In other words, the poem presents a very common natural happening in different seasons of the year. But the poem, through this general event, carries an underlying meaning which supports an idea that change is inevitable and certain. Inevitable means unchangeable, that cannot be changed, and certain, that is fixed. So this is the rule of nature, which everything should follow. In the poem, the technique of personification has been used. Now, what is personification? A personification is a figure of speech that is used to offer human qualities to non-human objects in literary works. That means in literature, when any non-living object is taken and considered as a living being, their personification is utilized, is used. We consider it as human and we take it as a human. That is called personification. So in this poem, wind, leaves, winter, snow, etc. are personified. That means they have been treated as persons. For example, said the wind one day, the leaves heard the wind's loud call. Winter had called them. The snow laid a coverlet, etc. are the lines in which non-human objects are given human qualities. That's mean here all these wind, leaves, they are winter, they are being treated as human beings. Like humans talk with each other, like that this wind, these leaves, this winter are talking with each other, they are interrelated. This technique is called personification, which is one figure of speech in English. The poem has the AABB rhyme scheme. It means the ending word of the first line rhyme with the ending word of the second line, and the ending word of the third line rhyme with the ending word of the fourth line. This is called the AABB rhyme scheme. The word day of the first line rhymes with play of the second one. Similarly, gold rhymes with cold. The tone of the poem is happy. That's when it is a joyful poem. So I hope you have understood. This was all about the poem. Now I am going to explain you the summary of the poem. So watch the video attentively and listen to me carefully. So now I read out the summary of the poem. The Wind and the Leaves by George Cooper. The poem talks about how the leaves fall from the trees when the wind blows in autumn and gets covered in snow in winter. In the poem, the wind talks to the leaves. The wind asks the leaves to come over the meadows to play and have fun. I told you what are meadows. Meadows are grassy area with full of grasses and flowers like a park. So the wind asks the leaves to come over the meadows to play and have fun. The wind also tells the leaves that summer has gone, autumn has started, and winter is about to start. You can see like small kids, they invite to each other, they go to each other's house and they invite their friends to come out and play. The same thing happening here. The wind is inviting to the leaves to come and play. And here the figure of speech personification has been utilized, where we are portraying them as a human being. The leaves hear the wind's call and begin to come down to the brown field. The leaves enjoy flying, dancing and singing over the ground with the wind. Time passes and the winter starts. The leaves lie quietly on their earthly beds. Here, earthly beds has been referred here as the ground where they are lying. The leaves lie quietly on their earthly beds, covered in snow, like a bedspread on a bed. This lyric poem has been formed as songs by different music composers in different ways. It is popular among children with its musical quality. So this was the summary of the poem, and I have explained you the whole poem also. I hope you have understood and enjoyed the poem. So keep on watching my video. Till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. Bye bye.